researching different.
All right. Shall we do it for introductions?
Probably a good idea.
Right.
Sounds good.
This is Roger Haskett. He played Neville.
Hi.
One of my favorite scenes in the film, Melanie Blackwell, the Peg Leg Princess. Beside her, Bronwyn Smith. Standing up, my partner in crime, Craig March, the director. Sitting on his left.
Right.
Right. Your left. Mike Jackson, the editor.
Yeah.
David Nichol, star of the And on the very end, our composer, Mr. Phil Mahaney. All right. Oh, hey, you know what? While we're doing it, I'm also going to point out behind the camera here, Rob Heimbecker, hardest working guy in the film.
Yeah.
He was in it and a technician, and he's filming this as well. And one of our producers is at the back there as well. Say hi, Scott. Scott John.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
So now it's up to you.
Yeah.
Will there be a Chupacabra sequel?
We're working on it right now.
Yeah.
It was, I know.
Yeah, there's a dearth of Mexicans in this city. So.
Are you going to fund it?
How long did it take for you to shoot this?
It was a 22-day shoot. We did 12 days of principal photography up in Okanagan, and then we came back down and did 10 more days in Vancouver. And that was 2007 that we did that.
But it took a lot longer to prep it and then post it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as usual. Yeah.
And of course, there was there was a little bit of reshooting, and I've always loved the fact that when the hammer is thrown on the ship in the wedding scene, it's caught 12 months later at a completely different location.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, don't be shy.
Okay. Thank you and good night.
There's one there.
Has any media people come and picked it up to air it, like space or sci-fi, or any deals yet?
Festival.
Well, we have a producer rep that is traveling around talking to people, and we have a conversation happening with Super Channel coming up in the next week and a bit, and he's going after quite a few other places as well. So we keep waiting for him to call and say yes, we've got a deal. But we are also pursuing some outside of the box office type ideas. Going after some stuff like this where we can travel with the film and do sort of small towns and just go down to Mexico, go to Victoria, go to Japan, wherever there's a lake monster.
And while we're on it, if anybody here is interested in when we eventually get to DVDs, come to me after the talk, and I'll get your name and email address. So whether we're selling them off our own website, or if you need to say, yeah, go talk to whoever.
In the trunk of your car?
In the trunk of our car, yeah. We'll let you know where you can get them.
You can get some other things out of the trunk of my car, too. I've also got some postcards that when we're walking out the door, just grab one. And we've got, Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, our website and so on. And any support that we get is going to help us in the distribution aspect of it. So, sign up for Facebook, become fans, keep posted. Let us know that you want DVDs if you want them.
Yeah.
We've won a couple awards. I don't know. Do you guys know about the awards?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we don't have to say it.
Well, say it anyway. Say it anyway.
Best feature at Mississauga and audience choice at the Okanagan Film Festival. Those are pretty good awards. Yeah.
And if you are on Twitter and you happen to be mobile, pull out your device right now and tweet that you just saw The Beast. Use the hashtag The Beast as one word. And just say something nice about us.
Yeah, your electronic device. Don't pull anything else out. Well, maybe we can close the doors and pull the rest of it out too if you want.
All right.
What a party.
All right.
When was it finished?
Late November, December, yeah. Final credits were done in January. And late November, December is when we got it sort of finished. The final scene was sort of cut out of the film, and
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
There was one over there.
What is the origin behind Provost Pictures?
In the summer of 1996, I was on tour with a comedy troupe, and we ended up in Kelowna. And one of the guys in the company was a guy named Keith Provost, and we became very good friends. And he grew up in the Okanagan, and after the tour, he came to me and said, actually, it was during the tour, believe it or not, he came to me and said, I got this idea for a film about the Ogopogo, and I think you might be the right guy to help me get this done. So condensing the story way down from there, fast forward to 2000, we brought Craig on board, and we were working on the film, and we had some forward motion going. And one spring afternoon, Keith was riding his bike down 16th Avenue, and somebody opened a door in front of him, and he died the next day. So, I think the rest of it kind of becomes obvious from that point. We made the film in his name. For him. So, there we go.
To maintain the honor of his creativity and to go forward with what he already had brought. And Kennedy and I sort of stepped away, and the energy dissipated initially. And we had a producer on board. Graham Greene was talking about playing Bob for us and that kind of stuff.
The Graham Greene.
The Graham Greene. And
not the author.
Yeah, not the author. And it was one of those things where the energy just dissipated from the project. And then a couple of years later, we said, we really should honor our friend, and we should honor ourselves and move forward with what we had already worked on. And that's sort of where it went to from there. It was expanding and working the script a couple of years and getting it out in front of live audiences and cold reading series and final draft and these kind of places in Vancouver, so that we could get a feel for the script. And
make sure everybody was having a dab-a-do time.
Yeah, and and it sure feels good to validate Keith's creativity and all of these people's creativity with the efforts that have gone into it.
Is the Nessie sled still on the bottom of the?
Well,
the irony. Life imitates
okay.
art.
Before I think I've answered this question so many times. I think somebody else should answer it. But before I do, I just want to say that I've noticed that this story has a very Rashomon-like quality to it, and my version, I'm much less culpable. So
what happened in the movie was exactly what happened in real life. The first time it went off, it wasn't hooked up. Someone didn't check.
It was the first. It was also, you have to bear in mind, it was the first shot that we had of the nest sled, and the only shot that we had.
Yeah.
So no.
Because
we got all of our coverage on the nest sled, and this was the actual.
Oh, yeah.
This was the actual final. This was the actual.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
we had. Rob was underwater with the underwater camera to get all the underwater shots, which we never got because
we got one underwater shot. we got a shot of this floating past the lens, and it never was seen again. It was one of those things where, just like in the movie,
it was not tight.
I was holding the sled. Kennedy will argue with this. I looked at him, and he was holding the monitor and the keyboards, the keyboard and so on, and wiring. And I looked at him and I said, "Is this thing tied down?" And he said, "Yes." And to this, and push, and boof, boof, and I didn't see any rope. No rope holding onto the nest sled. And the sled was gone. But it was lucky that we had already gotten, you'll notice when the van at the beginning, when they pull up in front of the parents' house, the nest sled isn't on the roof, and we just assume that the audience figures they'd already taken it off the van. But it's not there because that was shot after we came back from the So somebody in 3012 is going to pick up this nest sled and go blip blop blip 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 blop. What is this? It'll probably work by then.
In the first scene in Neville's first scene where it's first introduced, you'll notice there's a graphic of it, and we actually had to get that built. It's actually by somebody, as it turns out, who has some stuff. Is he still here? Rob, you still here?
Robert Ives?
Robert Ives is one of the artists featured in the other room. Go and check out his stuff. He's selling steampunk goggles and some really great paintings. He's a really talented guy. So, And yeah, he did our animation of the Nestle for us. So.
Whose house was it that you guys filmed the parents?
That was
that in
really
Kelowna or
good.
down
No,
in
that was down in
Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Really good friends of mine.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
It was very appropriate.
Yeah.
No set deck needed.
Audition,
I knew
audition.
these
How it
guys,
works.
but they still made me audition.
Yeah, me too.
So cold.
I have a question actually for Mel. How was it with the East Coast accent? Dealing with the little bit of the East Coast PEI.
Well, I didn't get it.
Well, you did. I can hear it. I can hear the twang. The twang is there. It's there.
Yeah, I got coaching for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it without having a leg?
It was comfortable.
Yeah.
It's buried in the sand.
How did you do that shot on the beach where she has her leg ripped off?
Yeah.
This is prosthetic.
No,
Very
it worked.
good.
Yeah, she took one for the team.
Particularly your legless acting. It's been some of my favorites.
It's called buried in the sand.
Is it? Was it buried in the sun?
Yeah, you knew that, didn't you? Seriously? What's wrong with you?
And I wasn't even there for that part of the filming. I just figured it out.
The blood was CGI though. That was all.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
Mike.
was all Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good blood in his nose.
Yeah.
That was real. That was real.
No, but you know what?
Real fake.
But you see a lot of people that do, the different effects and stuff. And being in the business myself, when I saw the bloody nose, it was actually probably one of the best colors and texture and fluid that I've seen coming out of a nose for blood.
Well,
It was so real looking.
the thing that I find amazing about the blood is that blood has its own comedic timing.
Yeah.
It does this little drip, 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 and then it goes blink. Right on the joke. It was perfect. I love it.
Can we change the subject, please?
So what do you guys think? Ogopogo or fiction? Yes, no?
I knew it was coming.
Let's start with you, Phil.
Well, it's funny. I'd never been to Kelowna until the Okanagan Festival, and we're driving over the lake there with Kennedy, and I looked at the lake and I thought, wow, he could really be in there. I hadn't really thought of it before, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Prowse.
When mythical creatures attack. Come on, John.
Come on, John.
Soon the whole audience will be up there.
Come on, everyone. Come on down.
Sorry. I would have been up here sooner, but I was
Drinking.
It is past 3 o'clock.
I was dealing with a serpent in the washrooms.
Who's serpent?
Find one?
Yes, I do believe.
Beavers with logs.
Y'all are on the hook.
Well, I go up to the Okanagan because John, my husband, his family is all in Penticton, and I keep looking and looking. I haven't seen any serpent yet. No.
Not even going to touch that one.
The mines are in the gutter. Okay, bring out the wine and the drugs.
With the Ogopogo.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's all right.
All right.
Actually, when we were in the Okanagan, the first interview that Kennedy and I went to, the Ogopogo tweeted us and asked the DJ if she would let the pogo know afterwards, let him know afterwards if we were good enough to eat. And that for us to come down to the lake afterwards because he wanted to introduce himself to us. And but he wasn't going to tell us when he was going to introduce us. So yeah, the Ogopogo exists. He tweets.
Right. Proof positive.
Okay.
On that awkward note.
congratulations, you guys. I think it's an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
There's another question.
Do you think you'd be able to make a sequel?
Well,
Because there's a possibility of a Cadopasaurus over in Victoria.
Catasaur. Yes. Yeah. I actually went to UVic, and I used to, you'd be like, hey, so what do you say you and I go down to the beach and look for the Cadborosaur, huh?
What is that?
it's a lake creature in the island.
Like the Loch Ness Monster.
Cameron Lake, yeah, that's been in the news quite a lot recently, that there's some sort of large fish or something in Cameron Lake further up island. Yeah.
I think there's a good chance of a sequel. That's the straight answer. Right, Raj? Right? Isn't there a great chance for a sequel? Yeah, there is.
I've often thought about it. I used to go swimming there as a kid, and you hear the odd stories and stuff like that. So that would be a nice sequel for you guys too. So.
What about a TV series following Dr. Paul Moran?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Come on.
And don't forget his misfit band of adventurers. Don't forget them.
And the dog.
And the dog. Hey, Bronwyn, I got a question for you. So, when you were filming the film, was there any? Did you have any experience with? Was anybody ever comparing your character to any other characters in literature or film
or cartoon?
Oh, it was horrible.
Jeez.
We were in the resort filming that scene. And as they were getting the scene with Rebecca Coleman, the lovely publicist, and the evil hotel clerk, they were filming that. And who was with? Was it? Were you?
I was there, and Leanne was there.
And Leanne and one of the people working at the resort looked at me and what's that character's name again?
Daphne.
Yeah, and he's like. Is it Thelma? Is she the one?
No, that's it. Thelma.
And he didn't say anything else except like, "Who are you, Thelma?" And from there we saw Scooby-Doo, and we started to see it everywhere. I'm like, why do I have to be?
But you're Velma. I'm a dog. So human dog.
Velma. I'm sorry, Velma. A long time ago, I watched Scooby-Doo. But we did start to see the connections. What was that, sorry?
It's interesting, the title of the movie is a reference to an unsyndicated Scooby-Doo. So that you can't get now because it was one of the few that didn't go to syndication.
Really? Which is really weird.
I remember hearing that because we started like unraveling it all, and then we started seeing like just the colors of Penticton, and it started looking cartoony, and everything was it was fun. Oh, yeah. But I want to play a different character.
Really?
I want to be the pretty one next time.
Okay, I'll be the bitch doctor then.
Oh, yeah.
British roles in things. It's pretty cool.
I know.
Shall we wrap it? Any other questions? Anything?
Oh. Can I ask David, have you talked to David Hewlett about this role?
Have I talked to David Hewlett about this role?
Yeah, you knew Hewlett was going to come.
Yeah, I knew Hewlett was going to come. So I mean, not specifically about this role.
Okay.
I have talked to him about other stuff. Not this.
The crazy thing is Hewlett was at the top of the list for us.
You like that one, don't you, Craig?
Yeah, but you won out.
He was second in the audition.
Yeah.
Somebody Twitter that. No, then you start getting a Twitter one going.
All right. Others?
Well, cheers.
Yeah, thanks
Cheers.
for coming out.
Thanks for coming out. Thank you.